Intro, the timeless power of habits. Welcome. Today we're diving into one of the most beloved self-improvement books of all time, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Think of this book as a roadmap, a guide to not only achieving success, but also becoming the kind of person you truly want to be. Covey's habits aren't quick fixes or hacks. They're deep, lasting principles for living a meaningful, effective life, both at work and at home. So, let's walk through each habit, one by one, bringing them into the real world with stories and examples you can relate to. Habit 1. Be proactive. You're the driver. Imagine your life as a car journey. Who's behind the wheel? Covey says, be proactive. Take the wheel yourself. Being proactive is about realizing that you have the power to choose your response to whatever happens. Instead of blaming traffic, the weather, or that difficult coworker, you focus on what you can control: your own actions, reactions, and attitude. For example, if you miss a promotion at work, a reactive person might complain and blame their boss. But a proactive person asks, "What can I do differently next time?" They focus on their circle of influence, what they can actually change. Covey reminds us, even if we can't control everything, we can always control how we respond. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Start with your destination. Let's stick with the car metaphor. Before you start driving, you need to know where you're going. That's habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Covey encourages us to imagine our own funeral. What would we want people to say about us? Our family, friends, colleagues? This sounds a bit morbid, but it's powerful. It helps us clarify what truly matters, so we live on purpose, not by accident. He suggests writing a personal mission statement, like a compass for your life. Maybe yours is to inspire and support my family, or to help others grow. When you know your end goal, you can make choices that steer you in the right direction every day. Habit 3. Put first things first. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. Now you're behind the wheel. You know your destination. What's next? Covey says, put first things first. This habit is all about time management, but not just making to-do lists. It's about doing what matters most, not just what's urgent. Imagine you have a jar to fill with big rocks and sand. If you start with the sand, small, unimportant tasks, the rocks won't fit. But if you put the big rocks in first, your top priorities, everything else fits around them. Covey urges us to say no to things that distract from our big rocks. That might mean spending time with your kids instead of checking email, or working on a key project instead of getting lost in busy work. Habits 1 through 3. The private victory. Let's pause for a moment. The first 3 habits are about private victory, winning the battle inside yourself. They help you move from being dependent on others to becoming independent and in control of your own life. Once you've mastered these, you're ready for the next level, working well with others. Habit 4. Think win-win. There's enough pie for everyone. Now we step into relationships. Habit 4. Think win-win is about seeking solutions where everyone benefits. Too often, we approach life as a competition. If you win, I lose. But Covey encourages us to look for the win-win. Imagine 2 kids fighting over an orange. Instead of splitting it in half, they talk. One wants the juice, the other wants the peel for baking. By understanding each other's real needs, both get 100% of what they want. In real life, that means collaborating, not compromising. In business, it's about building partnerships, not just making deals. In families, it's finding solutions that work for everyone. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen with your heart. This habit is simple, but not easy. Seek first to understand, then to be understood is about truly listening, without interrupting, judging, or jumping in with advice. Covey calls this empathetic listening. Imagine you're a doctor. You wouldn't prescribe medicine before diagnosing the patient. In the same way, we shouldn't offer solutions before really understanding the other person's perspective. When you listen deeply, people feel valued, and once they feel heard, they're much more likely to listen to you. Habit 6. Synergize, the magic of working together. This one has a cool word, synergize. It's about creative cooperation, working together so that the outcome is greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine a jazz band. Each musician plays their own instrument, but together they create something new and beautiful. Synergy in teams or families means celebrating differences, valuing each person's strengths, and creating solutions you couldn't come up with alone. Covey says, "Strength lies in differences, not in similarities." When we blend our perspectives, we can solve problems in ways we never imagined. Habits 4 to 6, the public victory. These 3 habits are about public victory, how we interact with others. They build strong, trusting relationships and help us work together effectively. Habit 7, sharpen the saw, keep your tools ready. Finally, habit 7, sharpen the saw. Imagine you're chopping wood with a dull saw. You work harder, but get less done. If you pause to sharpen your saw, you become much more effective. Covey says we need to sharpen the saw in 4 areas: physical, exercise, sleep, nutrition; mental, reading, learning, creativity; social, emotional, relationships, service; spiritual, reflection, values, purpose. Taking care of yourself in all these areas isn't selfish. It's essential. It keeps you energized, balanced, and ready to tackle life's challenges. Bringing it all together, the power of choice. Let's wrap up. Covey's 7 habits aren't just a checklist, they're a way of living. They help you move from dependence to independence to interdependence. You become someone who not only achieves your own goals, but helps others along the way. Be proactive. Choose your response. Begin with the end in mind. Live on purpose. Put first things first. Focus on what matters. Think win-win. Seek mutual benefit. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen deeply. Synergize. Work together creatively. Sharpen the saw. Renew yourself regularly. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight, but each small step makes a difference. Start with one habit, practice it, feel the results, then build on it. Because, as Covey says, we are what we repeatedly do. Make these habits part of your daily life, and you'll discover not just how to be more effective, but how to live with greater meaning, balance, and joy. Thank you for listening, and here's to your journey toward effectiveness.